this is the voice of ActionVest, and welcome to Retro Thursday Episode 3, the Contra Edition, where I actually play a full playthrough of the Japanese version of Contra, where I'll compare a lot of the changes that were made when it was brought over to the US, and as a little added bonus, we're going to touch in on the European version, Probotector. So hopefully you enjoy this, and we'll get this going. So my main playthrough is going to be that of the Japanese version, because let's face it, that's where all the goodies are. And speaking of goodies, we got story. Hold on just a sec. Some of you might not be able to read that. There we go. Now you can enjoy the original story of Contra, courtesy of Stardust Crusaders. And speaking of stories, each iteration of Contra had some variation of how Bill and Lance, or as in Probotector, RD008 and RC011, got into this mess. In both the Japanese and the US versions, it was a meteor carrying Red Falcon, although the US version took place in 1987, more or less around the time the game was actually released. In Probotector, it was some crazy story about how the world lived in peace and harmony. That is until a bunch of scientists discovered the alien menace buried on an island. Thus, the Probotectors were created to deal with it. Cue the sunglasses. Yeah, so that was probably way more that you ever wanted to know about the story of Contra. So anyways, let's get to Bill and Lance. Let's see what they're up to. Oh, but first we're treated to a nice map screen so you too can track Bill and Lance's progress across the island. And a nice little touch. Oh, wait a minute. I completely forgot there is also a small little blurb before you start the game that actually explains what Contra is, just in case you didn't know. And so, now you know. That Contra is a title awarded to a superior soldier possessing almost human, superhuman drive. Whatever, you can read it. I apparently can't. So anyways, back to Bill. So actually, one of the big differences with Probotector was violence. Yes, pixelated 8-bit human-killing other alien humanoid violence. To fix that, everything was made into robots, as you can see with some of the guys that I'm obliterating right now. Because violence with robots is A-okay. Otherwise, Probotector is a translation of the US version, but mostly it's just turning humans into robots and a few color changes. So, I'm sure you could have just noticed a second ago a slight change in the background. So yeah, this is the plain old boring, and now here's the nice fancy animated background that was removed. Looks just so much nicer. I can't believe that we did not get these nice animated backgrounds. And also, if you notice, the rock textures are a bit different too. But I don't think it's actually any sort of nefarious plot to keep us from having, these neat little touches. I think it's just, if I remember correctly, I think it's just the Japanese carts could hold a lot more than the US versions. And thus, a lot of this stuff had to be cut. And if it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't be doing this video. Also, as a bonus, we get little mission updates. Bill has to call back in. He also had to change his pants. Apparently, Bill couldn't be caught in those blue pants. And here we are, moving on to Area 2, Base 1. Yeah, right there. So actually, for the most part, this stage plays out the same in all versions. I mean, save for Probotector, where it's a bunch of bouncy little blue robots instead of the bouncy little alien guys. So yeah, if this guy's name is RD008, that means there was 7 models before this one, and he's obviously the 8th version, which I guess maybe goes to further dehumanize the main character if we're talking about the European version being, changed because it was violent. Poor guy. So you actually notice that the little rings that he shoots out are red in the European version versus blue in the Japanese and US version. Which, I don't know, maybe they changed it because it stands out a little bit. Yes, has been neutralized. We're now heading to point B. Area 3. Waterfalls! No, just waterfall. Just one big one. Right there on the map. I do like this stage. It's got nice catchy music. Me and my spread gun. We're going places. You will notice that in the US version, the waterfall itself looks much different in the Japanese version. It's definitely got a lot more texture, and I actually do like the coloring better. I think it looks better with the darker blue. But you'll see, if you just look at it, there's just so much more detail to it, and a little bit more pixels to break up the whole spread of it. So it's kind of a shame that we lost that, but, back in the 80s when we were playing this game, we didn't know. We didn't know better. Oh! Here's a word of advice. Do not stand up into bullets. But that's okay. I got my spread gun back. Me and Mr. Spread Gun. All them other guns can suck it. As you see, I got your typical assortment of robots in the Probotector. You also notice that it's probably running a little bit slower when I switch over to it. And I think that's just mostly because the PAL version, and it's just a different way that the Europeans and some other countries display colors. And it's running at slower frame rate than typical. Probably a little bit more info that you wanted to know, but there you go. So yeah, you'll notice that there's the only slight difference here is the spikes at the end of the flailing tentacles are blue instead of red. Eat it, delicious. Ugh, just jumped in the maw of that creepy face. We have arrived at point B, commencing infiltration. We are now entering Area 4, Base 2. So yeah, pretty much Base 2 plays out exact same as Base 1 in both versions. There are no different sprites other than the typical Probotector robots. Have I mentioned that spread's your friend? Because it really is. I don't even know why they bothered to put any other guns in this game. Because can any other weapon entertain 2 targets side by side, as well as spread can? I don't think so. Although some may argue that the laser can indeed entertain 2 targets at once. But we're not talking about laser. This is about spread gun. And only spread gun. Poor guys. They don't stand a chance when I got spread. They try. They so try. So with this boss, you actually get more robotic-looking birdmen. And that's pretty much the only change. Strangely, though, they still look pretty humanoid, but whatever. Damn it. Life is just not the same without spread. Bill is most triumphant. Even without spread, I suppose. Da-da. Godamerger has been neutralized. Our objective is to reach the enemy base at point C. We have arrived at Area 5, Snowfield. Now, in case any of you forgotten what the original Snowfield looked like, the Snowfield that we all grew up with when we played this game all those years ago, here we go. This is the Snowfield. Guess what we missed? This is the original Snowfield. Doesn't that look just so much better? Had a full-on blizzard going, trees are just going bananas in the background, and sometimes you can hardly see the bullets. Heck, even the arcade Snowfield isn't this exciting. Oh, machine gun. You're so not spread. And now in Probotector, the only differences you'll see are the turrets are now no longer manned, and there's a slight sprite change to them. Also, strangely enough, the grenades are all gray, unlike in the Japanese and US version, where they had a core of blue. So in this case, they stick out less in the Probotector than they do in the other versions. Ah, yeah, gonna take you all out. Ah, seriously? Yeah. Revenge! Yeah, I just saved you, buddy. I will kill you! Pew pew! Pew pew! Pew! And those bullets are coming awfully close to my tootsies. I'm actually surprised that doesn't kill you. I think for the most part the hit detection is kind of a little wonky. Sometimes you just gotta dance. And now let's do this again with Spread. Our good old friend Spread, who makes short work of this guy. Have I mentioned how much I love Spread? I don't think I have. I think I should. Spread me, we're best of pals. Sometimes she leaves me, but I know our paths will cross again. Oh, laser is better than nothing. And for this last boss, or this final boss, the only changes are his little buddies are red instead of the original gray. So, besides that, we're moving on. We have arrived at Point C. Communications will now be impossible. We will do our best to destroy the enemy's base. We have arrived at Area 6 Energy Zone. And now we start making our way inside the mountain. Machine gun, laser, what the hell? I feel a little bit better with a constant stream of bullets. Ah, oh, damn it. Another word of advice. Do not block bullets with your head. So, let me get this straight. This stage is called the Energy Zone. So one would assume this is where Red Falcon generates all his power for his invading army. Then all the energy is transported through all these pipes out to the field to the awaiting troops. Although at this point I have annihilated a pretty large chunk of them. So the question is, whose bright idea was it to score a crap ton of these pipes in the hope that a jet of flames would stop Bill and Lance, or RD-008 and RC-011? Admittedly, a few lives were sacrificed traversing this zone, but when you have the power of the Konami code, you ain't gonna be stopped for long. Red Falcon did not expect that. It's just not Bill and Lance. It's 30 Bills and Lances. Oh, alien footballer. That explains why the zone is all chopped up. And as you see in Probotector, they had to make him look a little bit more robotic and less of a alien footballer, but you know, he still throws spike footballs at you as you blast open his kneecap. And that, we're done with the Energy Zone. And just because he can't communicate anymore, he blasts the shit out of everything. The base interior defense system has been activated. It is now or never. Area 7, Hangar. As we make our way further into the mountain. You know, I got a beef with this stage too. Does this look like a hangar to you? I mean, look at that. It's full of, well, bullets and stuff, but spiky, choppy things that do not interact well with that stock of lives you have up there in the left-hand corner. Nor do spikes. Do not walk into spikes. More advice. Aha! Damn it. It's to destroy these nefarious-looking minecarts. That's what this hangar's for. Maybe they fly. But they're doing a very good job at killing me. All because I just wanted this stupid barrier. Yeah, obviously this place is more like a factory than really a hangar. I bet you this is where all the energy is processed for the Energy Zone. Which is in current dire need of new management after I tore through there. So, word of advice, Red Falcon. Do not hire alien footballers to manage your very, very crucial energy needs. Just saying. Chop, 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 chop. Whoa, whoa. Yeah. Whoa. And this boss, there's really not much to it. any gun will annihilate this boss before it gets a chance to do anything. And it's the same in all versions. It seems we have arrived at the enemy's base. What is this place? This is it, folks. Area 8, the enemy's alien's lair. Couldn't we just come in from the other side of the mountain? Did we have to go? Whatever. Never mind. Okay, so basically, before we proceed, everyone remember the alien's lair, the very Giger-esque stage. Just want to make sure everyone remembers with the evil little shrimp and stuff, and Probotector, it plays pretty much the same. It's all weird alien stuff, so they didn't have to change anything. Pew! It might be a robot, but that shit still hurts. Okay, actually, the only difference in Probotector is, whatever reason, all the power-ups are a nice shade of pink. But anyways, ready for it? Yes, this was the original Alien's Lair. How cool is that? Everything all pulsating and just, yeah, just creepy. Looks, yeah, it's a, it's a shame that we did not get this. I think it would have blown our little kids' minds. And yeah, it goes all the way up to the boss. It even, yeah, so US version, see how it's still the eggs and stuff? So for whatever reason it stopped and they changed the texture. Back to the Japanese version. Yes, that's, yeah. So that has been our run of Contra. But wait, there's more. There's slight changes to the ending as well. The Japanese version, we're treated to an extra shot of Bill and Lance jumping into their escape chopper. Get to the chopper! And then there goes the island. Turns gray, and away it goes. Oh, but, and now the ending of the US version, which everyone's familiar with. Minus the close-up of the helicopter taking off. But, unlike the Japanese version, we actually get a message. Congratulations! You've destroyed Vile Red Falcon and saved the universe. Consider yourself a hero. You do that. Japanese version didn't consider us a hero. We just had to assume that we were a hero. And for the ending of Probotector, they get a cool jet to leave the island. Screw that helicopter. Otherwise, they get the same message too. Congratulations! You've destroyed the Vile Red Falcon and saved the universe. Consider yourself. You, and you, and you, and you. You too, you over there and back there. Consider yourself a hero. You deserve it. And that is episode 3, the Contra edition. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I tried something a little bit different, obviously, with the narration. I figured there's way too much cutting back and forth between the various playthroughs that I've done that I probably really needed to start, just basically describing what's going on, what changed. And so hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. I know I really hated my voice most of the time, and it took me a long time to get this done. So I thank you for staying through it all, and hopefully I'll see you back for my next videos. So take care, and thank you.